Hi everyone, welcome to True Crime Tuesday. Heard of those who killed their own family? My God, guys, these stories look at dangerous, cold blooded, maniacal, twisted killers who poison their family members so they can watch the victims die a slow, painful death. These killers believe that they're so smart and that they will never be caught. How wrong. There are two stories that I'm bringing to you today. These are shocking and most horrifying, but true. I need to warn you that the graphic details may be too disturbing and upsetting for some viewers. Story number one, dark and dangerous. This happened in the 1960s in Sri Lanka, a beautiful and tiny island in the Indian Ocean. Take a look. You're about to hear the dark story of the brutality of a heartless 70-year-old woman, Laura, who poisoned her daughter-in-law, Padmini, because she hated the young woman for not being obedient and subservient to her. The jealousy and hatred building in the murderous heart of Laura Kularatne towards Padmini, the 42-year-old mother of her 4 grandchildren, was seething, and the old woman wanted Padmini dead. This lethal and deadly old woman's son, the victim's husband, Dr. Damon Gamini Kularatna, who was enjoying a lucrative practice as a medical doctor in his town, was also in the homicidal plot to kill the mother of his children because he had a lover by the name of Aryavati. You know, the type of wild, capricious female who goes around sleeping with married men. Disgusting. The depraved doctor, Dr. Kularatna, father of 4, whose perverse desires led him to prefer this frivolous, obviously unprincipled and evil woman over his wife and 4 kids, saw his wife's death as the solution for his twisted dreams to be realized. The disgraceful mother-son killer pair both tried to make Padmini's life a living hell by imprisoning her in a dark, dingy cell in a room upstairs in their enormously luxurious, sprawling mansion. Take a look. The 70-year-old homicidal woman Laura Kularatne ordered her maids to give Padmini meager meals served through a little hole in the door. She was a prisoner in her husband's family home. However, Padmini had decided to bear all this terrible mistreatment, hoping things would change and that she would be patient for the sake of keeping her marriage and family together, for the sake of her children. In the 1960s, a woman would think many times before seeking a divorce, as the social values at the time would not make society look upon a divorced woman with understanding or respect. The demonic old murderous mother-in-law, Laura, incited the domestic servants to insult Padmini and abuse her, and then gradually she had told the servants that they needed to get rid of her. Laura, with the support of her wayward son, Dr. Kularatna, decided to poison Padmini in April 1967. They poisoned her food with arsenic and she passed away on the 9th of April. Maniacal, homicidal old woman Laura and her equally disgraceful son Damon Gamini Kularatna were found guilty and were thrown in prison for the murder of 42-year-old Padmini Kularatna. The mother-son murder team created history because it was known to be the most sensational and the first arsenic poison case in Sri Lanka. Now, you must be wondering how a brilliant doctor could be so silly as to aid his mother into poisoning his wife and then allow her to undergo an autopsy. You don't know Sri Lanka. The countries of Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, the so-called Indian subcontinent are places of both extraordinary wealth and extraordinary poverty. In such an atmosphere, corruption and bribery are rife. This is the only reason one can imagine why these two criminals would allow an autopsy. In other words, why these two seemingly intelligent killers would not fear the results of an autopsy. Dr. Kularatne must have thought that he could bribe the officials not to report the poison found in his wife's system. However, I need to point out to you that although bribery is often endemic where great wealth and great poverty exist along each other, and despite the culture of corruption and bribery that exists in those parts of the world, there are many officials who refuse to compromise their integrity. Dr. Kularatne and his mother are both dead now, probably paying for their evils in eternal hell. Now to another true crime horrific story of an American murderess, Stacy Ruth Castor, born on the 24th of July, 1967, was from New York. She was found guilty in 2009 of poisoning her then husband, David Castor, with antifreeze in 2005. She was also charged for the attempted murder of her daughter, Ashley Wallace, using crushed pills mixed with vodka, orange juice, and Sprite in 2007. Guys, her own daughter. There is more. Stacy Ruth Castor is also suspected of having murdered her first husband, Michael Wallace, in year 2000. Let's go back a little. Stacy Castor met Michael Wallace when she was 17 in 1985, and they fell in love and got married, and their first child, Ashley, was born in 1988. Castor worked for an ambulance dispatch company while Michael Wallace worked nights as a mechanic. They were facing reasonable financial strife. Stacy soon gave birth to their second daughter, Bree, and a little while later, the couple grew apart. By late 1999, Michael Wallace began showing signs of feeling intermittently ill. He was acting unsteady, coughing, and looking swollen and very unwell, and he died in early 2000 before he could even seek medical care. His death was ruled as a death due to a heart attack, although Michael Wallace's sister was not so sure. In 2003, Stacy met another man and married him. He was David Castor, whose surname she bears. Stacy and David worked together in his air conditioning business. In August 2005, Stacy Castor called her local sheriff's office and reported that her husband David had locked himself in their bedroom for a whole day following an argument. Sergeant Robert Willoughby of the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department, who came immediately, kicked in the door of the bedroom and found David Castor lying in there dead. Among the items near his body were a container of antifreeze and a half-full glass of bright green liquid. The police, through their investigations, found Stacy Castor's fingerprints on the antifreeze glass and located a turkey baster that had David Castor's DNA on the tip. And they realized that Stacy would be the number one on their list of suspects of murdering David using antifreeze. The police suspected that Stacy had used the turkey baster to force feed him with the poison. The investigators soon felt that the only way to prove Castor responsible for both homicides would be to have Michael Wallace's body exhumed. A toxicology screening ruled that Michael Wallace had also been killed through antifreeze poisoning. Stacy was also believed to have devised a plan to set up her daughter Ashley for the two murders. Guys, her own daughter. This horrible woman was convicted of the killing of her husband's and attempted murder of her own daughter Ashley by poisoning. Stacy Castor got a 51-year sentence. She was such an evil soul. Stacy Castor was found dead in her cell in the prison of Redwood Hills, New York, on the morning of June 11, 2016. It was determined that she had died of a heart attack. That's all for tonight. Hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hey guys, check out the group True Crime Stories on Facebook. Link in description. Thank you.